Hot fresh fufu. Buy your fresh hot fufu here as they hot.
In the booming town of Aba, as the sun deepened into the horizon like a ripe orange, a mysterious woman named Nkechi arrived one day, carrying a large pot and a wooden mortar. Her beauty was undeniable, with skin as smooth as a freshly harvested yam, and eyes that sparkled like a stars on a clear night. She set up a small shop on the outskirts of
Welcome
the
to my
town,
shop. I'm the best
where the
fufu
air
fufu
was
seller.
sweet with the scents of blooming flowers.
Welcome to my shop. I'm the
As she
best
began
fufu
to
fufu
prepare her
seller.
signature dish, sweet fufu, the aroma wafted through the town like a gentle breeze on a summer day. People from all walks of life followed the enchanting scent, their stomach growing with anticipation. They discovered Madame Kechi's shop, where she stood, bent over her mortar, pounding the fufu with a soft rhythm motion. The town people were enchanted by the taste and texture of the fufu, and soon her shop became the go-to spot for breakfast and lunch. Customers marveled about the dish, asking for more, and Madame Kechi obligatory served them with a warm smile. However, unknowns to the town people, Madame Kechi was using a particular ingredient in her fufu. Every morning, as the first cock crowed, Madame Kechi will wake up, collect her urine in a yellow rubber bottle, and store it under her bed. Later, she will carefully pour the urine into the boiling fufu pot. This unusual practice began when Madame Kechi visited a native doctor in her hometown. For years, Madame Kechi had been selling fufu, but her sales had been dwindled. Tired of struggling to make ends meet, she saw the help of a powerful native doctor. The doctor gave her a strong liquid potion and instructed her to drink it before sleeping. He told her to wake up at the first cock crew and use her urine to prepare the fufu, saying, "Your overnight urine will make the fufu very sweet and delicious. But remember, always wake up at the first cock crew." Madame Kechi thanked the doctor and left, eager to turn her fortunes around. Few days later, Madame Kechi moved to a new town to avoid any potential suspicions. She opened up her fufu shop and started selling her unique dish. People were drawn by the aroma of her fufu, and soon her shop was bustling with customers. As her business boomed, Madame Kechi's life changed dramatically. She made a lot of money and bought beautiful African prints and beads. She was happy and contented, but she never forgot the words of the native doctor. One day, a handsome man walked into her shop. He smiled at her and ordered 2 plates of fufu. Madame Kechi served him with a smile. After finishing his meal, he gave her 10,000 naira, telling her to keep the change. Madame Kechi was thrilled and thanked him. The man left the shop but returned the next day, doing the same thing, eating her fufu and leaving a generous tip. Madame Kechi was impressed by his kindness and generosity. As the days went by, the man, whose name was Charles, became a regular customer. He came to the shop every day, enjoying Madame Kechi's fufu and leaving extra cash. Madame Kechi looked forward to his visit and enjoyed his company. One day, Charles summoned the courage to ask for her number. She smiled and gave it to him. He thanked her and walked away. Madame Kechi felt excited, thinking to herself, "He's my favorite customer and he's handsome too." That night, Charles called Madame Kechi and they talked over 30 minutes. From then on, they started spending most evenings together after closing the shop. Madame Kechi would stroll back home with Charles, and they would sit together, chatting and enjoying dry meat and roasted chicken. As time went on, Charles began spending the nights at Madame Kechi's place, where they would sit on the couch, watching movies and laughing together. Nkechi felt happy and contented. She knew she had found someone special. However, despite her happiness, she couldn't shake off the feeling that she was living a lie. She was using her urine to cook her fufu, and she knew that if anyone found out, there would be ripples. Torn between her love for Charles and her ingredient, Madam Kechi pondered her situation. As days turned into weeks, her relationship with Charles deepened. They went on dates, held hands, and talked about their future together. Yet, Madam Kechi knew she had to tell Charles the truth about her fufu, but she was scared of losing him. One day, Charles asked her about her fufu receipt. She hesitated, unsure of what to say. She did not want to reveal her secret ingredient, but she also did not want to lie to him. "I will tell you someday," she said, smiling. "But for now, let's enjoy the fufu." Charles nodded as they continued to serve their meals together. Still, Madam Kechi knew she couldn't keep her secret hidden forever. She needed to find a way to reveal the truth to Charles without losing him. As the sun set on another day, Madam Kechi stood outside, contemplating her future with him. She understood that honest was essential, but she feared the consequences. Taking a deep breath, she decided to wait for the right moment to disclose her secret ingredient. As weeks passed, Madam Kechi's relationship with Charles continued to blossom. They spent every spare moment together, exploring the town, trying new food, and laughing joyfully. Madam Kechi was happier than ever. She knew she owed it all to Charles. Yet, despite her happiness, she couldn't shake the feelings that she was living a lie. Time went on. Charles' frequent sleeping overs at Madam Kechi's place began to worry her. She did not know how to tell him to stop sleeping over without hurting his feelings. One night, they had a romantic evening filled with dancing and kissing. They were so exhausted afterward that Madam Kechi overslept and forgot to go to the bedroom. When she finally woke up at 10 a.m., she panicked, quickly revealed herself, and then prepared fufu for the day. Charles helped her carry the fufu to her shop, but to their surprise, there were no customers. Nkechi sensed that something was wrong and decided to visit the native doctor to find out what was happening. When she arrived at his house, she was greeted by the familiar smell of herbs and incense. The native doctor listened to her story and nodded his head. "Your business is cursed," he said. "You must make a sacrifice to revive it." Nkechi was shocked. "What kind of sacrifice?" she asked. The native doctor looked at her with a serious expression. "You must sacrifice someone to revive your business. The spirit of the land demands it." Horrified, Nkechi did not know what to do. She considered all the people she knew, but couldn't imagine harming anyone. Confused and scared, she looked at the native doctor. After much thought, she ultimately decided to sacrifice her lover, Charles. She collected a liquid potion and was instructed to add it to her bathing water, then bathe with it before meeting the person she intended to sacrifice. Grateful for the doctor's guidance, she returned home. One evening, after bathing and sprinkling the water on her private area, she invited Charles to sleep with her. Tragically, shortly after they were intimate, he collapsed and died. Nkechi felt confused and sad. She had known this would happen, but the reality was hard to accept. She remembered the native doctor's words and the charm she had used, but seeing Charles laughless was devastating. Tears filled her eyes as she held his body, wishing she could turn back time. The weight of her action crushed her, and she wondered if it's all worth it. The silence in the room was deafening, and Madame Gossy's heart with grief. That midnight, she dug a pit behind her house and buried him. After burying Charles, she couldn't sleep. The thought of him lingered. 2 days later, she cooked fufu and took to her shop, where customers flooded in. She smiled, happy that her business has been revived. Madam Kechi's days returned to sense of normality, but her nights were filled with terror. Charles ghostly figure appeared in her dream. His voice echoed the haunting question, "Why do you kill me?" Nkechi's fear grew with each passing night, and she couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. Despite the torment, her business continued to flourish, with customers flooding her shop, bringing her a sense of relief. However, the peace was short-lived, as Charles' ghostly figure visits continued to haunt her. One sunny afternoon, desperate for a solution, Madam Gochi rushed to a local bus park, hoping to catch a bus to the native doctor's place. She was determined to find a way to stop the haunting, but fate had another plans. The bus she had boarded speed down the road. It was suddenly swerved, and Madam Kechi's way went dark. The bus was involved in a fatal accident, and she was among the victims. The news of her death spread quickly, and the town people whispered about her missing lover and now her own death. The story of the afflicted lover became a cautionary tale, a reminder of a devastating consequence of a dark desire and a blind love. As we reflect on Madam Kechi's tragic tale, we are reminded that the pursuit of wealth and power through dark means could lead to a devastating consequences. Her story serves as a cautionary warning to avoid many rituals and evil sacrifice, which can ultimately destroy our lives and the lives of those we love. Thanks for watching.